And a good Wednesday morning to you. All eyes on China today.
And that critical face-to-face between President Trump and the Chinese president. It is May 13th. This is Today. Breaking news, President Trump arriving in Beijing this morning ahead of his high-stakes summit with China's President Xi. The leaders of the world's largest economy set to face off on trade, technology, and the Iran war, which continues to fuel soaring prices here at home. Just ahead, the president saying those economic pressures will not force him into a peace deal.
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about American financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
We'll be live this morning there with the very latest. Concerns spreading. The list of states now monitoring for the hantavirus grows to at least 16. But health officials looking to calm fears about another pandemic.
We should definitely respect this virus and not trivialize it, but also not catastrophize it.
This morning, we go inside the National Quarantine Unit in Nebraska, and we'll speak live to the man in charge of it. Heated hearing, FBI Director Kash Patel sparring with lawmakers over accusations of erratic behavior and drinking on the job.
This is an ultimate example of hypocrisy.
Chairman,
I will not be tarnished by baseless allegations.
Let me ask a question.
Inside that testy exchange just ahead. AI backlash. A college commencement speaker booed for this statement.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution.
That moment now gone viral. Plus, the Hollywood star now urging Hollywood to embrace AI. Remembering a trailblazer, tributes pouring in for Jason Collins, the NBA's very first openly gay player. A moment of silence held in his honor before last night's playoff game.
He broke barriers that will positively impact the sports world for generations to come.
We'll have a closer look at his legacy this morning. Those stories plus feeling the heat. Record highs expected from Montana to Texas today. Tens of millions on the East Coast preparing for a major weekend warm-up, and Al's got the full forecast. And comeback tour. Princess Kate stepping out in Italy this morning, her first official trip abroad since her cancer battle. The history she's set to make as she is welcomed with open arms today, Wednesday, May 13th, 2026.
From NBC News, this is Today with Savannah Guthrie and Craig Melvin. From Studio 1A in Rockefeller Plaza.
Hi, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Today. Thank you for joining us on a busy Wednesday morning.
Busy indeed. We want to get right to a pair of breaking stories that we're watching right now. This is a look at Beijing Capital International Airport this morning. President Trump landing there just a short time ago ahead of that high-stakes summit with China's President Xi.
Making the trip with him, several of the nation's top CEOs, including Elon Musk and Jensen Huang, the head of NVIDIA. President Trump saying his first request will be to, quote, open up China for their businesses.
Also this morning, we are tracking the latest on the push to contain that hantavirus outbreak. 11 reported cases now around the world, with the World Health Organization saying more could emerge given the incubation period for that virus.
Here in the U.S., 16 states are now monitoring residents that were either on the cruise ship or exposed to a passenger confirmed to have hantavirus, though there is no mandatory quarantine for those residents. So we've got it all covered this morning, including our interview with the medical director at the National Quarantine Unit in Omaha. But we will begin this morning in China. 2 reports for you, starting with NBC's Garrett Haake, traveling with the president in Beijing. Garrett, good morning.
Good morning, Savannah. President Trump arriving here in Beijing today amid darkening economic clouds back home, with gas prices and inflation rising, in large part due to the war with Iran, and voter satisfaction with his handling of the economy falling. The White House hopes to deal with China for relief on both fronts, pitching Beijing for help in opening the Strait of Hormuz and opening China's market to more American goods. President Trump touching down in Beijing this morning for a high-stakes summit with China's President Xi Jinping.
We're going to have a great meeting in China. He's a wonderful guy. He's a friend of mine.
Looming over the talks, the ongoing war with Iran, with President Trump expected to press Xi to use his leverage with the Iranian regime to help end the nearly 3-month-long conflict.
And we're going to have a long talk about it. I think he's been relatively good, to be honest with you.
But just minutes later, the president contradicting himself.
We have a lot of things to discuss. I wouldn't say Iran is one of them, to be honest with you, because we have Iran very much under control.
It comes as the New York Times reports Iran has regained access to most of its missile sites, launchers, and underground facilities, according to people with knowledge of classified assessments from earlier this month. The Times sources also say there's evidence Iran has restored operational access to 30 of its 33 missile sites along the Strait of Hormuz. President Trump posting that stories about Iran's military doing well are, quote, false and even preposterous, with the vital waterways closure sending energy costs soaring globally, including here in the U.S., where Americans are increasingly feeling the pinch. Inflation surging to 3.8%, its highest level in 3 years, and the average gallon of gas now $4.51. Grocery prices also making their biggest one-month jump in 4 years. President Trump asked whether that financial pressure on Americans is motivating him to make a deal with Iran.
Not even a little bit. The only thing that matters when I'm talking about Iran, they can't have a nuclear weapon. I don't think about Americans' financial situation. I don't think about anybody.
Now, the agenda for this week's summit will span the globe from Iran to Taiwan, soybeans to AI. But at its heart, this is a sales meeting for President Trump. He's bringing that delegation, which overnight added the CEO of NVIDIA, the world's most valuable company. The president posting en route that his first ask to President Xi will be to, quote, open up China's markets. That's something Western leaders have been asking of China for more than 200 years. Savannah?
Right, Garrett, thank you very much.
Also making the trip to China for us, Tom Yamas, anchor of NBC Nightly News. Tom, good morning to you. I know you spent the last few days on the ground there talking to the Chinese people. Based on those conversations, Tom, what kind of reception can President Trump expect from the Chinese people and the leadership there?
Hey, Craig, good morning to you. I actually just wrapped up a conversation with a retired senior colonel in the Chinese military. He tells me President Xi will roll out the carpet for President Trump, but then he was quick to say this trip is much different than the president's first visit 9 years ago. And the reason why is the war in Iran. He says the Chinese military and the Chinese government know that President Trump has started this war in Iran, and it appears he cannot finish it, and that it's hurt him as well back home politically. He says he expects President Trump to ask for President Xi's help in maybe negotiating some kind of peace, some kind of deal, especially when it comes to the Strait of Hormuz. And when I asked him about the military, why China was ramping up its military, especially in the last 10 years, he says President Xi's goal is to have the most advanced military in the world. When I reminded him that China has not been involved in a war for nearly 50 years, he told me China believes you don't have to cut someone to prove that you have the sharpest knife. Craig?
You know, Tom, before the Iran war came to pass, this summit would have been probably strictly about trade and the economy. And these two massive countries are competitors, but also need each other. So how do you expect that to play out? And especially, you know, the appearance of these major CEOs from our country?
Yes, Savannah, it's a great point, and I think the president's guest list tells a lot about what the president wants to do here in China. He has always said he's the world's greatest deal maker, and the world will be watching to see what, if anything, President Trump can get from the Chinese. The two big high-profile CEOs we have to watch are Tim Cook and Elon Musk. Why Tim Cook? Well, I sat down with a group of recent college grads here in Beijing, and I asked them, what is the most popular American company in China right now? They all said the same thing, Apple. They all had Apple Watches, Apple iPhones, Apple iPads. They truly think Apple is making superior products across the globe. So it's important that Tim Cook is here. And then, of course, Elon Musk, who's the CEO of Tesla. I had a chance to test drive one of those Chinese EVs, which right now you can't get in the United States. The company is called BYD. And I have to be honest, the car felt luxurious. It feels like any other electric vehicle, but you can't beat the price. The car that I drove was around $25,000. Their cheapest model is around $12,000. Now, right now, the U.S. automakers don't want China's EVs inside of America because it could cripple the market. There's also a national security threat because, of course, China monitors everything when it comes to cyber security. But Elon Musk is here, and Elon Musk is also very well respected in China. People think Tesla is a gold standard when it comes to the EVs. And the president has sent mixed signals about Chinese EVs back in the U.S. So if any deal is cut on Chinese EVs, you have to think he's going to want Elon Musk in that room.
Tom Yamas for us there in China on the ground in Beijing. Tom, thank you. And, of course, Tom will have the very latest from that summit tonight. News.
The other major story this morning, that mounting anxiety over the deadly hantavirus outbreak. 16 states now monitoring for the rare but potentially deadly disease. We're also learning more this morning about the American passengers who remain quarantined. And in a moment, we're going to talk to the medical director of that specialized unit in Omaha, Nebraska. But first, let's get to NBC's Maggie Vespa on the ground with the latest there. Maggie, good morning.
Savannah, good morning. As those potential exposure numbers rise, officials in a growing number of states across the country are racing to reassure the public, stressing this is not another pandemic in the making. In the meantime, as you point out, we're hearing more from the Americans in isolation here, including a doctor who was on that cruise ship and tested positive. This morning, ripple effects of that deadly cruise ship outbreak spreading nationwide. 16 states now reporting potential hantavirus exposures, including Minnesota, Kansas, and Washington state in just the last 24 hours. Health officials say most of the cases involve people who left the ship before the outbreak was identified or others who traveled with exposed passengers. They add all are asymptomatic and isolating at home. 18 Americans who were on that ship remain in quarantine, including Jake Rosemarin, who tested negative.
We have a dresser and a fridge, a smart TV.
Posting videos from inside his isolation room and speaking out on Today.
If anything happens, we have the medical attention that we need.
An Oregon doctor described by health officials as mildly positive, also speaking out.
One lab was negative and one lab was faintly positive.
Dr. Stephen Kornfeld, who helped fellow passengers amid the outbreak, saying he did feel ill weeks ago while he was on the ship, but is now feeling fine, calling the Omaha biocontainment unit he's currently isolating in very secure.
There's no way that virus is getting out of this building.
Doctors here echoing that message.
People are currently undergoing a very rigid screening process.
Is this what you all do?
This is what the unit was designed for, yes.
There have been 3 deaths worldwide and 11 reported cases. And this morning, officials saying one of those, a French woman hospitalized in Paris, is critically ill with a severe form of the disease, now being treated with an artificial lung. But as doctors continue to treat the confirmed cases, health officials stressing the risk of mass transmission remains low.
I would say that we should definitely respect this virus and not trivialize it, but also not catastrophize it.
And health officials here tell us among those quarantining here, none of them have asked to leave at this point, saying they're all very cooperative and aware of this virus's long incubation period of 42 days. Savannah.
All right, Maggie, thank you. We want to welcome in now Michael Wadman, medical director of the National Quarantine Unit there at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. Dr. Wadman, good morning to you. So you've got one in a biocontainment unit, 15 people in quarantine. How are they doing, and what kind of assessment are you doing now?
Well, good morning. Yes, we do have 15 in the quarantine unit. The types of assessments that we're performing are twice a day temperature check, twice a day symptom checks. And to this point, everyone is asymptomatic and everyone is afebrile. They've been very cooperative and definitely tired when they arrived and given a little chance to recover. And now all are feeling good, and now the CDC assessments are underway, and we're looking forward to a completion of those.
Dr. Wadman, as you know, in Spain and France, they're requiring folks there to stay for at least 42 days. Do we know at this point how long the folks there in Nebraska are going to be required to stay, and how will you decide when they get to leave?
Well, that's currently being determined, and that I can't give you an absolute number, and I think that's what everyone would like to know, especially the guests that we have in the unit. But at this time, those CDC assessments are going to dictate how we proceed from here, and it may be different for different individuals. And so we're waiting on those assessments, and that will set the recommended quarantine intervals that are coming through.
Doctor, you treated some of the very first COVID-19 patients in that unit. How does this situation compare to that one? And for people watching at home and saying, wait a minute, is this about to be another pandemic? Do you have a word for them this morning?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's really easy to draw parallels since both, our initial activation with COVID, one of the activations was with the Diamond Princess passengers coming in. So both cruise ship related, but in terms of the virus, very different. This is a virus that we know well, the hantavirus, and definitely something that with the COVID virus we did not know. There was a lot of unknowns, but very much more difficult in terms of determining how we would proceed. But with this virus, I think we have a well-defined path and very much more difficult to transmit person to person, requiring close contact, droplet contact. So that's a big difference from the COVID activation.
All right, Dr. Michael Wadman doing important work there in Omaha. Appreciate your time, sir. Thank you.
Now to that
All right, thank you.
Heated exchange on Capitol Hill yesterday between FBI Director Kash Patel and Senator Chris Van Hollen of Maryland. It happened during a Senate hearing on the agency's budget, but it quickly got contentious when Van Hollen asked Patel about media reports of excessive drinking. The FBI director firing back.
Unlike your baseless reports, the only person that was slinging margaritas in El Salvador on the taxpayer dollar with a convicted gangbanging rapist was you. The only person that ran up a $7,000 bar tab in Washington, D.C. at the lobby bar was you. So the only individual in this room that has been drinking on taxpayer dime during the day is you.
Director Patel, come on.
Senator Van Hollen has denied allegations related to El Salvador and has said the $7,000 tab was for a holiday reception paid by his campaign and not taxpayers.
All right, we're just about 7:17. We've got more to look at this morning, including Al's forecast.
Hey, guys, good morning. Nice to see you, and good to see you as well. Out west, unfortunately, we are looking at strong winds, low relative humidity, dry thunderstorms with lightning. So we have critical to elevated risks for fire stretching from Glasgow all the way down to Albuquerque and Amarillo. New fires could spread rapidly. Also add into that record highs scattered throughout the west, but we've got a mid-May chill here in the Northeast, the Great Lakes, Fort Wayne, only 57, but Denver, almost 20 degrees above average at 19. Tucson touching 100 possibly later today. Tomorrow, New York City, still a little on the cool side. Same in Atlanta, but Des Moines, Fargo, Tulsa, all above average. But the good news is those warm temperatures start to spread east. By the weekend, Cleveland, you're going to be in the mid-80s. New York City, low to mid-80s. Mid-80s to near 90 in Charlotte. St. Louis looking at temperatures in the 90s as well going into the weekend. And look at next week. Warm weather throughout much of the country with the exception into the northern plains. We're going to get to your local forecast coming up in the next 30 seconds.
They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over me. They can feel it all over. They can feel it all over me.
Oh, we got up before the horns came in. Back at 7:30, a little Sir Duke in celebration of Stevie Wonder's 76th birthday. You can't get more legendary than the Stevie Wonder in the music world. 25 Grammy wins, 75 nominations.
Pretty good.
Daily.
Yeah.
I mean,
one of the best. I mean, there's really not much to say.
That's my second.
Just happy
A
birthday,
league of his
Stevie.
own. Happy birthday.
That's my second favorite Stevie song.
What's your first? Isn't she lovely?
Superstitious.
Oh,
okay.
classic.
I mean, there are many to choose from.
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are indeed. Guys, good morning. We got a lot to get to this half hour, starting with the ongoing rise and impact of artificial intelligence.
Yeah, the many issues surrounding that technology front and center during a college commencement address that's now gone viral. It's also now at the Cannes Film Festival becoming a topic as well. NBC's Stephanie Goss joins us with more. Steph, good morning.
Hey, guys, good morning. You know, artificial intelligence is one of the lightning rod issues of our time. And there's a great debate over resisting the transformative technology or adapting to it. And now one of Hollywood's biggest stars, Demi Moore, is weighing in front of her entire industry.
This morning, the debate over AI and the arts again in the spotlight, with one of the movie industry's biggest stars weighing in on one of its biggest controversies. AI is here. Demi Moore at the Cannes Film Festival, responding to concerns about AI, urging Hollywood to work with the emerging technology.
To fight it is to fight something that is a battle that we will lose. So to find ways in which we can work with it, I think is a more valuable path to take.
The star also asked if the industry is doing enough to protect itself.
My inclination would be to say, probably not.
It's a debate that's been a central concern for artists, with AI singers climbing the charts and a new controversial AI actress, Tilly Norwood, on the scene.
I'm just a tool, but I've got life.
And a new movie set to come out using the late Val Kilmer's AI likeness. His daughter spoke out on Today.
We can make things that expand the possibilities of what we can do as humans.
Still, many are cautious about the technology. Celebrities like Taylor Swift and Matthew McConaughey filing trademarks to protect their voice and images. And the hit new movie Devil Wears Prada 2 partly focused on its dangers. Its stars recently weighing in.
So many challenges, there's so many concerns and fears.
A lot of the time I don't know what's real and what's not real anymore. And that is really, really, really disconcerting.
The topic also the center of debate for those just entering industries affected by AI, coming to a boiling point in a viral clip. Real estate executive Gloria Caulfield speaking at the graduation for the University of Central Florida's Arts and Humanities School.
The rise of artificial intelligence is the next industrial revolution. We've got a bipolar topic here, I see.
Experts saying while the fear is understandable, the key for young people, finding their place with AI.
AI is going to be part of all of our workplaces, but the position you want to be in is that you want to be mastering the AI and telling it what to do.
So, I mean, Demi Moore, just one of a growing number of actors in Hollywood who are talking about this technology.
Yeah, and to be fair to Demi, she did say that the arts are going to survive. But yeah, there are others. Sandra Bullock has recently said, lean in, make AI your friend. Yeah. And also Reese Witherspoon had some comments that were actually fairly controversial. She was speaking directly to women, and she said, you need to embrace AI, that 30% of women's jobs studying data are going to be affected by AI. But 25% less women are actually engaging with AI right now.
Well, you can certainly see how a lot of folks, from an employment standpoint, see artificial intelligence as an existential threat.
And you can understand how graduates are scared.
Correct.
Yeah.
AI needs a good publicist right now, because it's at a vulnerable state where the message needs to get out
Together with a little legislation, then we're good.
Yeah. We'll see. All right.
Steph.
Thank you.
Still ahead this morning, tributes pouring in for a trailblazing athlete, Jason Collins, the NBA's first openly gay player. We're going to celebrate his life and his impact that really stretched far beyond sports.
Yeah, sad news to hear that. But first, some major changes on the way at your favorite retail stores. NBC's Priscilla Thompson is looking into it for us. Good morning, Priscilla.
Hey guys, good morning. I'm just here doing some shopping, and while it might look like I'm at the fragrance counter at the mall, I'm actually not. Coming up, we'll show you the big changes coming to stores across the country to convince you to come inside.
We are back 7:39 this morning on Today's Consumer, a new trend in the world of retail shopping.
Yeah, stores like Target, Walmart, even Dollar General are remodeling thousands of their locations, hoping to lure back customers by investing in and improving their in-store experience.
NBC's Priscilla Thompson joins us from inside one of those recently renovated retailers. Priscilla, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. Check out this display. Am I at a department store? No, I'm actually at Target, and it's one of the retailers that is making big changes in hopes of convincing people to come inside and have a look around.
I wish there were some customers here. I can't believe I just said that.
This morning, companies are spending big to bring customers back to stores.
Since when is Walmart doing stuff like this? Hello? Okay.
From eye-catching displays and wider aisles to updated lighting and decor.
The wood beams and the extra lighting to just make everything look more inspiring.
plus more efficient layouts that accommodate increased online order pickups. So this was once part of the store floor, but now...
Yeah, part of the stockroom.
Jackie Backus is a group vice president for Target, which plans to spend $5 billion this year, remodeling more than 130 stores and open dozens more, from Atlanta to Chicago and right here in Houston.
Why? Because the guest is the center of everything that we do. And did you know that 75% of Americans live within 10 miles of a Target store?
And you want to get those people into the stores.
That's exactly right. And we want to keep them in the stores.
The New York Times says America's largest retailers are expected to spend more than $20 billion this decade, remodeling thousands of stores, including Dollar General, which plans to spend upwards of $1.6 billion, revamping more than 4,000 stores. Walmart committing over $9 billion to remodel more than 1,400.
If you're walking into a store and it feels fresh and new and well organized and well maintained, you're much more likely to come back.
Customers have long complained about rundown stores.
The shelves were not taken care of. All of their clothes look sort of just like this.
While online shopping has surged in recent years, it only accounts for about 18% of sales, with the majority of consumers still opting to shop in person.
Consumers like to shop online, but they also like that experiential moment when they're in the store. Retailers are trying to find a way to bridge that gap.
Target shopper Erica Paredes says she's loving the changes.
They're on top of their game.
And we've all been there when shopping in store.
The paper shredder I wanted, huh?
Finding those treasures you didn't even know you needed.
I think that's just part of the experience. Like, I'm usually here for one thing. I end up with probably 10 things.
And I mean, look at this. I have got all of the space in the world to move around and browse. And guys, I will tell you, I'm like Vicky Nguyen. I love a buy online, pick up in store moment. But when I am in the store, I still end up browsing and buying things that I may or may not need.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not alone with that.
Target tells you what to buy.
Or how about when you're going to check out and they send you through the maze of impulse purchase as you're waiting?
And you're like, I need to decorate my home for Flag Day or whatever.
Thank you, Priscilla. Thank you.
That's how they get us.
I do enjoy the in-store shopping experience.
I love Target. Yeah, it's fun.
How about you, Al?
I especially do. Now that they've gotten fancy, they've changed the name to Target.
It is.
So it's very nice.
That's what I call it.
Yeah, please, come on. Here you go. Jacques Penney, same kind of thing.
Jacques Penney.
That's right. Anyway, got showers and thunderstorms making their way through the eastern Great Lakes into western New York, parts of Pennsylvania as well. This system will be pushing through, but it's good news because we need that rain for New England. So the cold front will move through later today. We'll have some gusty storms between Virginia and New York. Tomorrow, more beneficial rain for New England, cooler and breezy for the rest of the Northeast. But this is going to be it as far as the cooler, wetter weather as we head into the weekend. But in the meantime, anywhere from 1 to 3 inches of rain throughout the New England. Severe storms making their way into the Pacific Northwest, a fire risk in the Southwest. That rain and storm action making its way into the Northeast. Some scattered showers down through Florida. That's what's going on around the country. Here's what's happening in your neck of the woods. That's your latest weather. Hashtag PSSP.
All right, guys, we got a good one for you. Here we go. Conan O'Brien has his next gig lined up, and it's a familiar one.
Star Rose Byrne is nominated for Best Actress in If I Had Legs, I'd Kick You. Yeah. It's hard to act in a scene with someone you've always had a massive crush on, but Rose, you did a fantastic job.
That's right. Conan is returning to host the Oscars. It's going to mark the comedian's 3rd consecutive year as host. The last time somebody held the gig 3 years in a row was Billy Crystal. Did it in the early 90s. He actually went for 4 in a row. The 99th Academy Awards will be held on Sunday, March 14th.
He's perfect for it.
Yeah, he's perfect. He's done a great job.
He joins the 3-Timers Club now, along with Steve Martin and Jerry Lewis.
Okay.
And
nice lady.
Oh, why'd I say that?
I don't know.
No one beats the king, though. Bob Hope hosted the Oscars 19 times.
19 times.
A few more for Conan.
Okay. We got that and Foghorn Leghorn earlier, so I think we got all the impersonations. All right.
No, he's got dozens more.
He's got more? All right, Jenna, what you got?
Hi, guys. I've got a boost on the way, and it's going to feature the sweetest music request you'll ever hear. But first, these messages.
We're back, 7:50. That means it's boost time, JB.
Okay, I brought y'all a boost. Have y'all ever wished your neighbors were louder?
No.
Okay, no. Stay with me here. It all started with a note from a young girl who wrote to her next door neighbor, I heard you playing the guitar. I wanted to know if you could play Taylor Swift. She then folded it up into a paper airplane and sent it over the fence to place her song request. And guess what? That message was received. Oh, see, you hear it now. We got to the chorus. You'll be a prince and I'll be a princess.
No, they don't wish that.
Freebird!
They're not wishing their neighbors would be louder.
I was going to say,
Don't open that can of worms.
Do you think your neighbors are like, please turn down the M&M?
I get literally notes. Like I had a girl once who was like in finals, and she wrote a note, went to the front door, and was like, please turn it down. I'm studying for finals.
Oh, wow.
Wow, you got shamed by a high school student?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and this was last year.
A couple years ago.
It was.
Good boost. That's cute.
Thank you.
All right, guys, coming up on Popstar, it looks like football really is, there is life after the Ted Lasso show, at least for one of those stars. Cristo Fernandez getting a new gig. We're going to tell you all about that. He just landed a good
Land
one.
that plane. It's 8 o'clock on Today. Coming up, mounting concerns. New warnings this morning over that deadly hantavirus outbreak. At least 16 states now monitoring people who were possibly exposed.
We should definitely respect this virus and not trivialize it, but also not catastrophize it.
Health officials trying to calm fears about the potential spread. We're live with the very latest. Also ahead, remembering a trailblazer. Tributes pouring in for Jason Collins, the first openly gay player in the NBA.
He broke barriers that will positively impact the sports world for generations to come.
How he changed lives both on and off the court. Then royal return, Princess Kate marking a milestone today, arriving in Italy for her first official trip abroad since her cancer battle.
Out of darkness can come light.
The details on her inspiring next chapter. All that plus Harrison Ford's words of wisdom.
I know that's true.
U2 takes it to the streets. And Danny Rojas makes the team. It's all coming up today, Wednesday, May 13th, 2026.
Good morning, Kathy and Sandy.
Visiting all the way from Perth, Australia.
From Tampa Bay, Florida. Here to celebrate my birthday. Hi to my kids, Hunter and Morgan.
Hi to my wife, Susie.
Travel from Panama City, Florida. And Tulsa, Oklahoma.
I'm working late.
Sending love to my dad. Back in Green Oaks, Illinois. Bestie since middle school. Celebrating 40 years of friendship. At the Today Show.
Love to see it.
Oh, it's awesome. Much to celebrate out there on our plaza this morning, and we are glad you are with us. Smack dab in the middle of the week.
Yeah, halfway to the weekend. We're going to get outside in just a moment, but we should mention that tomorrow, right here on Today, one of our absolute favorites is going to be here in Studio 1A, Mariska Hargitay. She will join us live. Mariska's getting ready for season 27, the finale of Law & Order SVU. Also, her upcoming Broadway debut as well. So we're looking forward to chatting with Mariska tomorrow. Maybe she'll sing for us.
I know, she might. She's multi-talented. Let's get to your news. 8 o'clock, we'll begin with that breaking news. President Trump arriving in Beijing this morning ahead of his high-stakes summit with China's president. I want to get right to NBC's Garrett Hake on the ground with the very latest. Hi, Garrett. Good morning.
Hey, Savannah, good morning. President Trump touched down just a few minutes ago. Air Force One sitting here in Beijing. We should see the president momentarily, where he'll be greeted tonight by China's vice president ahead of a two-day summit that could be fascinating on a variety of topics. But it really comes amid this dark economic cloud at home. Gas prices are up. Inflation is up. Polling shows that Americans' trust in President Trump to handle those issues are down. He's hoping that China can help him on all of this, in part by leaning on their their ally Iran to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and get energy products flowing again, and also by opening their markets to U.S. businesses and get American products flowing into the country of China. That's something that Western leaders have wanted from China for 200 years. So across the 2 days of this summit, we'll see discussions on AI, soybean sales, you name the issue, it's likely to come up here. But for the president, so much of this is about trade and the economy. And you can see that in the people who he is bringing with him on Air Force One, the two CEOs flying alongside him, the world's richest man, Elon Musk, and the CEO of the world's most valuable company, NVIDIA, both flying with President Trump on Air Force One, a sign of the deal-making he hopes to happen here in Beijing. Savannah?
All right, Garrett Hake on the breaking news. Thank you.
Well, now to the latest on that deadly hantavirus outbreak. 16 states are now monitoring for the rare but potentially deadly disease. NBC's Maggie Vespa joins us now from Omaha, where those American cruise ship passengers remain quarantined. Maggie, good morning.
Craig, good morning. Yeah, the ripple effects of this outbreak now spreading coast to coast. Among those 16 states, Minnesota, Kansas, and Washington State, all in just the last 24 hours, announcing potential hantavirus exposures. And health officials say the majority of these potential exposures are people who were on that cruise ship but left before the outbreak was identified or inadvertently traveled with exposed passengers. And they say all are asymptomatic and isolating at home. 18 Americans who were exposed on that ship remain in quarantine, 16 of them here. Globally, there have been 11 cases and 3 deaths attributed to this outbreak. Still, health officials stress the risk of mass transmission, they say, remains low, and they say this is not another pandemic in the making. Greg.
All right, we'll certainly hope not. Maggie Vespa there in Nebraska. Maggie, thank you.
And now to that tragic news about groundbreaking NBA star Jason Collins. Back in 2013, he came out as the first openly gay player in the league. Well, he passed away from cancer yesterday. He was just 47. NBC's Kaylee Hartung has more on his life and his legacy in the sport. Kaylee, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Jason Collins says he spent his whole life fighting. So when he learned less than a year ago that he had an aggressive form of brain cancer, he was determined to fight that too. Well, his valiant battle is ended, but as his twin brother Jaron put it, Jason changed lives in unexpected ways and was an inspiration to so many.
This morning, the NBA community mourning the loss of a trailblazer.
Jason Collins has checked in to the Nets.
47-year-old Jason Collins, the first openly gay player in the league, died on Tuesday following his fight with an aggressive form of brain cancer. The NBA vet documenting his experimental treatment plan with ESPN.
It was an easy decision to get more experimental. Just like I knew I was doing the right decision when I came out publicly, and if not for me, for someone else.
And knocked away by Collins. Collins swats his way in.
The 7-foot center retired from the NBA in 2014 after spending 13 years playing for 6 different teams, including the Nets, Celtics, and the Timberwolves. A moment of silence held in his honor ahead of last night's playoff game.
He broke barriers that will positively impact the sports world for generations to come.
I mean, life is so much better for me. I mean, I don't have to hide who I am. I can just be my normal self.
His achievements on the court as a reliable defensive force were surpassed only by his historic cover story in Sports Illustrated over a decade ago, where he famously came out, telling the magazine, "I'm a 34-year-old NBA center. I'm black and I'm gay." His deeply personal essay was unprecedented and widely praised within the sports world and beyond.
Once the story broke, just seeing and hearing the response from so many people, overwhelmingly supportive.
Collins married his husband Brunson Green last Memorial Day. He also leaves behind a twin brother, Jaron, who also played in the NBA. This morning, the sports world remembering the transformational athlete. Former Nets teammate and Dallas Mavericks head coach Jason Kidd calling Collins a pioneer who had courage like you've never seen. And tennis legend Billie Jean King saying he changed lives through his courage, authenticity, and commitment to helping others feel seen.
And for much of Jason Collins' NBA career, he wore jersey number 98. When he came out, he shared that number was in honor of Matthew Shepard, the gay college student murdered in a hate crime in 1998. Collins called wearing that jersey a quiet statement for gay rights. And guys, Jason Collins said he never set out to become a pioneer, but once he shared his truth and started living authentically, he said he lived the best years of his life.
A legacy that extended far, far beyond basketball.
Absolutely.
Kaylee, thank you.
11 people had to be rescued yesterday after their plane went down in the Atlantic Ocean. The plane was headed to the Bahamas. Officials say everyone on board survived. The Coast Guard responded to the crash site about 80 miles off the coast of Melbourne and pulled those folks to safety. Passengers were then taken to the hospital. No word this morning on their conditions, though, and the cause of that crash is under investigation.
To the NBA playoffs now, the San Antonio Spurs are now just one win away from the Western Conference Finals after a lopsided win over the Minnesota Timberwolves last night. Victor Wembanyama led the way for the Spurs, 27 points, 17 rebounds. They call that a double-double?
They do.
Okay, the final, I know. Just showing off. Final 126-97. San Antonio leads that series 3-2. Next game Friday night. So I know what you're doing Friday night.
Yes, we are. My son's a big Ant-Man fan.
Oh, yeah.
He's pulling for the Wolves.
Yeah. He's a good guy, right? Funny guy?
Funniest guy in the NBA.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. All right, pop star. Funniest guy at the Today Show, Carson Daly.
Well, I don't know about that, guys, but thank you for the setup. We've got a great one coming up. Bono and the boys are back in a big way with an old school feel. U2 hitting the streets to film a brand new music video. We'll have that footage and a lot more coming up.
All right, thanks, buddy. And then we're going to head to Italy right after this because Princess Kate is returning to the international stage and also marking a milestone in her recovery from cancer. Molly Hunter is there in Italy for us live. We'll talk to her right after this. We are back now, and coming up on 8:13, we're back with a royal milestone.
Yeah, Princess Kate is in Italy this morning, where she just kicked off her first overseas trip since her cancer diagnosis and treatment.
NBC's Molly Hunter is there on the trip. Molly, good morning.
Hey guys, good morning. And I'm actually just going to step out of frame. I'm not sure if you can see the Princess of Wales. She is right behind me. She has just come out of her first morning of meetings. She is greeting fans. She just greeted a baby. She's shaking hands. This is a big milestone, as you say, for Kate. And it's being billed as a fact-finding mission. Italy is just the first stop of a global journey to visit innovative and inspiring early education programs. Take a look.
This morning, the Princess of Wales back on the global stage. Kate's first international trip since her cancer recovery, stepping out on her own, a research trip of sorts, learning about a cause she cares deeply about.
Thousands of people have packed the square. People are hanging out the windows, and you can see her right here meeting some of her littlest fans.
It really shows that she's taking the next step. She's ready to step up a gear.
Reggio Emilia, a historic city in northern Italy, transformed education after the Second World War, pioneering the Reggio Emilia approach.
It's a community-based approach, and so Kate has come here to see it in action, to learn about it from the trailblazing women who started it, and to learn how elements of it can be applied elsewhere.
Focusing on early childhood development has become Kate's most important public work.
The time for action is now.
Back in 2021, the future queen launched the Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood.
The best investment for our future health and happiness is in the first 5 years of life.
It's something she's been working on for a decade and a half, and she feels ready and really enthused to take this further and spread her message around the world.
And last week in London, her foundation unveiled new tools for parents, caregivers, and educators.
Make that easier for families.
It's here in these less formal environments.
Was that fun? Yeah? Were you playing games with Mummy?
The mother of three is always in her element.
Hello. Have you just come out of school?
Connecting with kids on their level. This is what Kate is so good at. And these moments are at the heart of what she's building. Last November, in one of her first major speeches since announcing her remission, the princess told business leaders,
Imagine a world where each of these environments were built on valuing time and tenderness.
An ambitious mission guiding her return to the spotlight. A return complete with royal glamour, from garden parties to red carpets and state visits. And now a new book, Kate, out this month by royal author Christopher Anderson, takes a closer look at the princess's journey.
She has pretty much called the shots on how she was going to handle her return to public life. It shows how far along Kate has come in her recovery and how she really is re-entering public life in a big way.
And the public is thrilled to have her back.
Nobody inside the royal family really matches Kate. I mean, she's an original. She brings this familiarity with the life of the common person with her into this role. Comparisons with Diana are obvious. They both have that charismatic common touch. They're both beautiful style icons.
And both young mothers, of course. Kate's tight family unit with Prince William always by her side, and kids George, Charlotte, and Louis supporting her during these recent challenging years.
Out of darkness can come light.
Now the 44-year-old stepping into her next chapter, mission-driven and very much on her own terms.
Very much on her own terms, you guys, and you can kind of hear the excitement. She's just over here now to my right, and she is taking the time with this crowd, really talking to people. She spoke with some very cute little kind of preschoolers earlier. But one of the things I found interesting about this trip is that Kensington Palace really emphasized that it was not a state-sponsored trip. This is something that Kate felt passionately about, that she definitely wanted to do on her own outside of kind of all the royal trappings. And Kensington Palace also says we should be seeing a lot more of visits like this globally. I'll send it back to you.
Wow, great shots there.
Nice to see her in her element.
Literally shaking hands and kissing babies.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right.
done.
Thank you, Mom.
Pardon? It's Edward Armour. Thank you.
Look at the brown side.
That's right. The brown
The
and
darker
blue.
side there, and we got the blue crew over here.
Woo!
All right.
Best time in the morning. Pop start.
All right, ladies, welcome. Good to have you. Have a seat. We're going to start with Ted Lasso. One star of AFC Richmond is turning these three words into reality.
Football is life.
Football is life.
Football is life.
Football is life. Football is life.
Football is life.
Football is life for Danny Rojas, and now also for the actor who plays him. Yesterday, Cristo Fernandez signed with professional soccer team El Paso Locomotive FC. He earns his spot as a forward. He did this after a 2-month trial run with the team. Cristo grew up playing soccer. He had a knee injury that redirected his career, took him to London. He got the acting gig.
Wow.
And the team's next game is at the end of May, and we will be rooting Cristo on.
I love that.
A nice guy.
And I was just about to say, when he's here, he's been here in person a couple of times, he is just joy personified.
Good for him.
He is life.
Yeah.
Next up is Harrison Ford, the legendary actor, stopped by Arizona State University to address the class of 2026. Before his speech, Ford received an honorary Doctor of Arts for his humanitarian work, and then took the stage and delivered this inspiring message.
Your generation has far more power than you may realize. And if you harness that power, if you find your leadership, your issues, your voice, the world will not be able to ignore you. You will have to be accommodated. Believe me, I know that's true.
Wow. I mean, that's Han Solo talking right there.
Yeah.
That's, I'm sorry it wasn't U of A.
It should have been U of A.
I'm sorry. But when Harrison Ford talks, it's like when my dad didn't say much, but when he did, we were all ears.
You
leaned in.
Yeah. That was a stem winder.
Cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
You guys want to see 5 more minutes of it?
Sure.
There you go.
Okay,
Go to the website for that. Next up, U2, the Irish rock band, has made their way to Mexico City. And yesterday, a familiar scene, Bono, The Edge, Adam Clayton, and Larry Mullen Jr. were joined down there on the streets of Mexico City on top of a school bus. Cool. Massive crowd gathered. They were shooting a music video for their new track called Street of Dreams. And here's a little bit of that.
I mean, it's like, you go to Mexico, you just have a good time.
By the way, can I just say, I've never been to Mexico City, but I have so many friends in bands, and that is the city they all mark. Like, the crowds there are so great. They have the best concerts.
Oh, yeah. I was
And
in
the best
Shane there in
food.
high school.
Mexico City is.
Yeah. Changed my life.
Wow. Did you feel that energy? Is it like
I did.
Yeah, well, that's going to be good when it comes out. This song is going to be on their yet to be announced next studio album, but it should be released later this year. Next up, The Voice. Sorry guys, I had to sneak it in here, but we're rounding out
You saved the network, baby.
I know a guy. Our season 30 coaches with royalty, an Oscar nominee, and a Grammy and Emmy winner is our new coach, and here's him.
That's
what do you know?
That
You
is
love that
amazing.
movie?
That's
Queen,
brilliant.
y'all.
Come on.
That's the OG, Queen Latifah, getting a red chair. We're putting her name on it. We're proud to do so. Marking her rookie season on the show, she'll join veteran coaches Adam Levine and Kelly Clarkson. And we also got a fellow newbie country singer we're excited about in Riley Green. That's a great panel.
That's a great one.
That almost feels
panel
like
we didn't know we needed.
Yeah.
It almost feels like what we did in the very beginning. No one knew Blake. We had some OGs in there.
Oh my gosh, it's
So,
great.
We're excited.
That's next fall?
Yeah, that'll
Okay,
be the
great.
fall version,
Yay.
in September. All right, Jenna, we're looking at you. What's the big publishing announcement this morning?
Yes. Okay, the newest book from my imprint, Thousand Voices Books, is out in the world. It is called June Baby. It is by Shannon Garvey. It is set on Block Island.
Oh, I love Block Island.
And Shannon actually wrote this book while she worked as a housekeeper at an inn there. It's a story about love, loss, and figuring out who you are. And the Queen of Summer Reads, Ellen Hillebrand, called it the book of the summer.
Wow, that's high
So
praise.
June Baby is in stores now. It published yesterday wherever you buy your books. You can head to today.com/books for more info.
My God, woman, you're prolific.
She is.
What's the Block Island vibe? Like, what's that all
Block
about?
Island is off the coast of Rhode Island, and Shannon grew up seeing it, but not really. And she would go just for the day with her mother, but could never really spend the night. So she always wondered what it was like. And so it's kind of this in-between character.
And then she worked at an inn on the place.
Yeah.
That's cool.
That's cool. Book of the summer.
Let me know when the movie's out. Finally, Craig, we're going to turn to you. A new episode of Glass Half Full is out. This week's guest, NBA champ, six-time All-Star Jason Tatum, opening up about his career highs and lows so far and how he keeps a positive outlook throughout the journey.
I used to always have this saying that everything's going to work out because it has to. And that's just how I would always approach life, moments, situations. Even from when I was a kid, I just always believed things were going to work out for no other reason than just it has to.
I heard the guys talking about it on NBA show. You can't find a person that doesn't like Jason Tatum.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, literally can't find. He's had that kind of reputation.
And by the way, one of the most positive people you and it's like that all the time.
Right.
Yeah. And it's infectious. It's obviously helped the Celtics over the past few seasons. But he spent a lot of time talking about that injury that was season-ending and how he came back from that.
Did he have a glass half full or glass half empty outlook at that injury?
You know what? You'll have to listen to the podcast.
There you go.
You set Al up, I set you up.
Yeah. Search Glass Half Full on YouTube or wherever you get your podcast to get the full episode. But he was a gem. You mentioned the panel that we didn't know we needed on The Voice.
Yes.
Check out the duo we didn't know we needed here. We've got an NBA and mental health champion, Kevin Love.
Cool.
What's up, Kev?
And just a champion at life, Martha Stewart.
There you go.
But first, you're looking
Swimsuit model.
I'll take a brownie.
Oh, I like your confidence, Will. Where does that come from? Can you speak to that?
I've been doubted my whole life. Everyone's always told me smalls can't ball, but I wasn't afraid to dream big.
All right, we're back with an important lesson for kids inspired by the hit movie GOAT as we mark Mental Health Awareness Month, and we're doing it with a mental health champion, an NBA champ as well, five-time All-Star Kevin Love. His openness about his struggles nearly a decade ago in an article that he wrote about having a panic attack deeply impacted me to share my own story. Today, through his nonprofit, the Kevin Love Fund, he's launched a free mental health program, GOAT Beyond the Game. Kev, always good to see you, my man.
Great to see you.
And thank you for all the work that you do. We have a lot to cover and not a lot of time, but for people watching, tell them a little bit about the Kevin Love Fund, what it is.
Well, so our goal with the Kevin Love Fund is just to provide tools surrounding mental health. And our goal would be to get our free evidence-based curriculum to all kids and all students K through 12, not only here in the States, but across the globe. And with Mental Health Awareness Month being May, we have a new spot in the curriculum and a new lesson plan that is based around friendship, so the friend effect.
Why? What's so important about the tools of friendship?
So the research shows that it's not only a necessity to have friends, but it's actually acting as medicine. So like yourself, being an ally in the space, having a friend like you and an ally over the course of time is actually healing and actually medicine. So it's showing the kids how to build friendships and the tools to do so.
But for everybody wondering, like, how is this implemented? You looked at it like, well, in schools in the curriculum, they have a whole program for physical health.
Yep.
There's a whole program for reproductive health.
Yes.
Why isn't there a third tier of this nationally, globally, specifically for mental health that gives teachers the tool to teach alongside the kids?
Well, and we want to meet kids where they are too. So that we don't want kids to have to go down the hallway, or we don't want to stop at the door of the classroom. So we want the teachers to model the vulnerability first, and then show kids throughout the classroom, whether it be K through 6, 7, 8, 11, 12,
Right.
15 through 18, all these kids, they need the tools. Like I always look back, people ask me, what's something that you wish you could tell
your younger self?
And your 50-year-old self. And I always say nothing haunts us like the things we don't say. So establishing those tools, establishing the language, and it's not always the spoken word. So
Right.
that's why we have so many lesson plans that teach a way to express yourself in a very healthy way.
I saw the Jazz played in Chicago, and I noticed Simone Biles, one of the GOATs, was
Yeah.
there. And I think you went over and said hi to her, and then I saw another moment where she sort of waved you over.
Yes.
You don't have to, you can tell me off the air, but can you share with what she said?
No, it was an amazing thing. So Simone and I have been connected for quite a while. We used to see her at Cavs games often. We have many photos together. And over the course of time, not unlike yourself, who shared the great story around mental health and affects everybody at arm's distance, it was the same thing with Simone. And of course, everybody remembers at the Olympics, when she had her struggles. And so she called me over at a Bulls game in early January and just spoke about how much this work and all of our work had made an impact on her. And she was able to come back. And I said, that's the reason you're the GOAT. You faced it head on. And you became, the greatest gymnast that we've ever seen. So that had a profound, impact on me. And that was a truly great moment that just shows that this work is so meaningful. And we need to continue to push the narrative forward and eliminate the stigma.
Also meaningful work is being a dad. You and I have 5 girls between us.
Yeah.
Young, Leighton and James are like 1 and 3 now. How does this work you do in this space of mental health? I'm curious to hear your take on it. How does that impact your fatherhood?
Well,
I know they're young.
They're young, but we don't. I think for me, it's trauma and certain things that have been passed on over the course of generations in my family and in the Love family. So being able to affect them in such a positive way, it's helped me be a dad in a major way and learning from some of the failures and a lot of the successes of my father as well, being able to nurture them and love them up. We don't know what it's going to look like for them when they're teenagers and when they're going through this and they go K through 12. But I think just setting a great foundation for them as a father and as a parent early on is going to really show benefits.
Well, you're also setting the foundation that they'll get hopefully in their schools by the time they're older too, with this mental health curriculum being there.
Yeah.
All right, anybody going to beat OKC? Do you like anybody beating them? The Knicks, OKC, is that your call?
Yeah, I mean, listen, like I said, I think if the Knicks make it to the finals, their fans are going to be insufferable. But I think I love when the Knicks are great in the league. I think it's really great. But I do love. I see Mariska Haggerty's on the show tomorrow. Big Knicks fan. We've shared a lot of stories about that as well. So I'm excited to see what they do. And listen, MSG, Eastern Conference Finals. I was at one of the games last year. If they make the finals, New York is going to be on fire. So that is fun, too.
Always good to see you, my brother. Thanks for all the work
Yep.
you're doing, Kevin. Thank you. Want to mention more about the Kevin Love Fund? If you'd like to hear more, you can go to the website today.com. Let's go over to Savannah. Savannah.
Great conversation, guys. Thank you. And still ahead, how would you like to find everything you need for summer in one simple box? Adriana Brock is about to reveal the essentials that await you inside Shop Today's newest curated collection. But first, this is Today on NBC. We're back 8:43 with a brand new Shop Today box filled with all the essentials you'll need for fun in the sun this summer. And of course, it is a great deal, 68% off. You get everything you're about to see for $129 and free shipping. And here to show us what is inside Shop Today, executive editor Adriana Brock. Adriana, these boxes go quick. The QR code's up, so just click. You don't even need to know, but we'll tell you.
Yes, they go fast. This is such a great value. It's nearly $400, or actually over $400 worth of products for $129. That's 68% off. There's 8 products. You can probably scan and read more about these quicker than I can get through them. So the first product we have here.
It's fun to look. Yes,
these are so great. This is a Vera Bradley bag, and I loved it because Vera Bradley is one of those luxury brands we know and love. And you get one of these 3 prints: the red, the paisley print, or this blue.
Can you pick it, or is it just what comes?
It's kind of a surprise.
Surprise, fun.
So it's really fun, and it's polished, but it's also really functional because life happens. So it's nice and roomy. It's got the zip top. It's long enough strap to wear on your shoulder. So really easy and lightweight, so you could fold it up and take it when you're traveling too. So really
nice
great.
Pop if you have like a plain outfit.
Totally. Yes, definitely. The next thing is from the Outset. So this is an eye serum, and this is actually a brand that Scarlett Johansson started because she has sensitive sensitive skin. So she wanted to create really gentle products that weren't going to irritate people's skin. And this is perfect because the skin under your eyes is actually the thinnest across your whole body. So you want to use gentle products. This is made with vitamin C, so it's going to help brighten and get rid of that dullness. So this is a great product to incorporate into any skincare routine.
Okay, let's not ignore the lips.
Yes, you can't ignore the lips, and I love a lip stain. This one's from Whoosh. You're going to get the shade Devoted, which is a really nice neutral. And what this does is it makes it so that you don't have to reapply your lipstick every hour, every 20 minutes. You put it on at the beginning of the day. It's going to stay put no matter what, through coffee, meetings, chasing kids, all the things. So always want to keep one of these in your bag, and it's a really great product.
Okay, what about this moisturizer?
Okay, so this is a great moisturizing mask for your hair, and I really love it. This is from Christophe Robin. It's a luxury French brand that we're obsessed with. And so we put our hair through a lot when you're doing the heat tools, you're coloring your hair, all the things happen, the elements outside. This is a great reset. Once a week, put it into your hair. It's a deep conditioning treatment. It's going to help smooth those split ends, make your hair really glossy and shiny and really beautiful. So love this product so much. Anyone can use it. And then we have another one that I really like. This is from Amika, and this is an anti-frizz treatment. So this is a great leave-in for those like hotter days when the humidity's at play. And this also has heat protectant. So if you do want to use your styling tools and your heat tools and your hair dryer, all those things, this is a must-have to put in your hair.
So
it's going to make it glossy.
wet hair and then you style it as normal?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a great one for like anyone can use it.
Okay, and tell me about this one.
Okay, this is from Tower 28. This is a SOS spray. Everybody on our team is obsessed with it. I love it. It's a toner. It's made with hypochlorous acid, which is a naturally occurring ingredient in our body that's going to help with anti-inflammatory, antibacterial also. So when your skin needs a reset, whether you're like sweating because it's so hot outside or you have an eczema flare-up, this is phenomenal. Dermatologists love it. It's fragrance-free, alcohol-free. It balances your pH. It's a great one to keep on the go when your skin gets a little angry and you just need a reset. Okay. You can use it on your face or anywhere on your body.
Do it over your makeup or you do it under it?
Do it over your makeup. Or like if you get a cut or something like that, it's antibacterial. It's it's such a great multitasker.
Save our skin, SOS.
Yes,
Okay.
I love it so much.
All right, tell me about this.
This is from Noteworthy. This is a little travel spray, and I really like it because this is a floral fragrance that isn't like your average floral. I'm going to spray it so you can get a little bit of it. It's made with like a juicy mandarin, a little bit of sandalwood. It's kind of like the perfect summer scent because it's not overpowering, and it comes in this great travel case so you could take it on the go.
Yeah, I like that.
So perfect for travel. You can't go wrong. And then last but certainly not least, we have sunscreen. Everybody needs to wear a sunscreen, and I interviewed dermatologists for years and years. They always say the best sunscreen is the one you're actually going to wear.
Yeah.
This one is a Shop Today Sunscreen Award winner. It's the Elta MD.
Yeah.
It's clear, colorless, and I always tell people this is like a moisturizer. I don't even think of it as a sunscreen. It is a sunscreen.
You could use it as your daily moisturizer.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you could put your makeup on over it. It's phenomenal. It's really great. And this whole box is just incredible for all the summer needs.
Okay, 8 products, 1 box, 1 price. If you want to shop the limited edition summer staples box, scan the QR code or check out today.com/boxes, but hop to it because they go fast. You get it all for $129, free shipping including, and Adriana's back in the third hour to share our golden hour box.
Yeah, another one.
Fancy. Craig, what you got?
Oh, look who I've got. Up next, when Martha Stewart says that she has perfected the ultimate chocolate chip cookie recipe, we believe her. We're going to show you right after this the perfect brownie as well for good measure. But first, this is Today on NBC. And welcome back. This morning on Today Food, someone who really needs no introduction. The one, the only Martha Stewart. Martha is out with her 102nd book. It's called The Martha Way. It is filled with some of her best tips for cooking, for gardening, for organizing. Congratulations. 102 books.
Thank you. Yeah.
Wow.
And this is a compilation of a lot of knowledge that I think will help you live better each and every day. That's what it's all about. It's about being organized. This is one way that I organize in my kitchen for easy cooking. I keep a little cart like this next to the stove, and on it is my strainers, my knives, my wooden spoons, my spatulas, my whisks, my tongs,
And
rubber
you've got some
scrapers.
baking pans
Yeah, you
over
can
there.
put whatever you use a lot on the cart,
And
so
you
that you
keep your
just
counter
grab.
clean. You keep
Oh
your
yeah, my
counter clean.
counter is nice and clean. Wow. And I could put pretty things. My collection's on the counter.
Of course it is. Before we dig into the desserts here, we saw a picture recently of you and the king. The king was here for his royal visit.
I liked him so much. He was so friendly. Oh yeah, there we are. I didn't know you had that. And he talked to me for quite a long time. He had a lot of people to talk to and say hi to. It was for his foundation, which is the King's Trust.
Of course.
And it's for young entrepreneurs and helping people start businesses. It's just a lovely initiative.
You're probably used to people bowing when they see you. When you saw him, did you bow?
I curtsied the right way.
You curtsied,
Just a little. You just have to nod your head and cross your foot like that.
How's the new restaurant doing?
Fabulous.
We were actually, my wife
and
I,
thank you so much for coming.
No, we were
up
there.
at Foxwoods.
I think it was mid-March. It's a beautiful restaurant, and I was complimenting you on just sort of the decor, and then someone told me that you had a design just like your house.
Yeah, it looks like a big version of my farmhouse.
It's beautiful. All right, what are we making this morning?
Okay, well, I thought in this book we give you a few really good hints about how to make the best cookies. You know, you have hungry children coming home.
Yes.
You want to make the most delicious cookie for them. The chocolate chip cookies or the brownies. Are you eating already over there? Oh, they are. I see you munching away.
Of course we are. And drinking rosé.
Oh,
Martha.
that's right.
That I don't approve of. But
I thought you would.
not at this time in the
Not at
morning.
this time in the morning.
It's like
It's
midnight to
noontime
us.
somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
You know the eggnog drinks you make us at
Yes.
7 in the morning during Christmas?
That's okay.
That's okay, because it's hers.
Because it's like eggs, you know.
Yeah.
So the
4 bottles of
chocolate chip
liquor.
cookies first is a very we have tried a lot of different recipes and we have finally perfected what we love as a chocolate chip. It's flour and baking powder, baking soda, and salt.
Okay.
Whisk that together so you don't have to sift it. Remember the old sifter that you went like that?
My mom used to sift it.
Yeah, you don't have to. You use a wire whisk and it's just as good as sifting.
Wait, do you use different kinds of sugar or?
In here?
Yeah.
Well, no, and here it's white sugar and brown sugar.
White sugar and brown
so
sugar.
it's 2.5 sticks. 2.5 sticks.
Brown sugar was my nickname.
2.5 sticks of butter, 1.5 cups of light brown sugar.
Okay.
And 1.5 cup of granulated sugar.
Okay. Why do we use the 2 sugars instead of just one, out of curiosity?
Well, it makes a softer, more luscious cookie, the brown sugar. And so mix that in. Add your 2 eggs.
2 eggs.
Those are creamed. Add 2 eggs. And don't forget the vanilla. Vanilla is very delicious. And real vanilla. Real good Madagascar Tahitian vanilla.
Do you chill your dough, Martha?
And then add your, pardon?
Do you chill your dough after you make
You
it?
can, but you know what? I want to make those cookies right away.
Okay.
And they work very well just right away. If you want to make a whole lot of batches, and then you want to add the flour?
Yes, ma'am.
Here, you come over here and add the flour. You can use a rubber scrape just a little bit at a time.
Why do we do a little bit at a time?
Well, you don't want to pour the whole thing in. You want to make sure it gets all incorporated.
Got it.
Once you get all that in, you're going to add your semi-sweet 6 ounces of chocolate chips.
Okay.
And then chopped chocolate too. I like mixing the chopped. You have to do all of it.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I mean, for the magic of television, Martha, I was just gonna.
There's no magic in chocolate chip
Yes,
cookies.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Just gonna get all the flour in there. All the flour.
No shortcuts.
A little bit there.
No shortcuts.
Okay, now if you want to have one shortcut here, you can do this without getting it all over the place.
It's like an episode of I Love Lucy.
Yeah.
Okay. Got about a minute left, Martha.
Oh, God. Then you add your chocolate chips.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Then you add your chopped chocolate. And you know how to chop chocolate? What do you chop chocolate with?
With the knife?
A serrated knife.
A serrated knife.
Oh, really?
Much serrated makes it so easy.
So that becomes that.
Yeah, then you have your dough, and then to make even-sized cookies, you use, and if you chill the dough, then you have to unchill it.
I know, that's true.
You know, it's too, and then you make a nice dome like that and put it on your sheet. And
How
then
do you get it
before
crispy on
baking,
the
you go like
outside
this.
and mushy on the
do
middle?
that. Do that.
Yes,
Not too
ma'am.
hard, but
Martha,
yeah.
long
And then
time
you
listener,
top
first
it
time
with more
caller.
chocolate?
Then to make it look like this, like a bakery cookie, put
We're
a
gonna have to
big
continue on
chunk
Peacock,
of chocolate
guys.
there and a big chunk of chocolate
We'll
there.
just
And
switch
so-
over to Peacock,
and-
and this
and-
will be
and
going
they
on
come
for
out looking
10 more
like
hours.
this.
What's the verdict, table?
Fantastic. Thank you.
Fantastic.
Hey, you didn't even get to the brownie.
Martha, thank you.
Great
And then
brownie,
the brownies.
too.
Oh, we didn't even get to the brownies.
Well, Martha, the show goes off the air.
Well, that's too bad.
The Martha Way, today with the now.
Can't you fix
We're
that?
back in a moment, but first, your local news.
Have you ever made
and
an
weather.
adult brownie?
It's on the website. Can't you fix that?
Hey, thanks for watching. And don't forget, you can catch the Today Show every morning on NBC or take Today when you're on the go. Just follow the Today podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen.